to Big Bro and Little Sis Reacts. I'm Tomash. This is Stan.
Hi.
And today we are on Supergirl Season 6, Episode 2, A Few Good Women. They started off the season great. That was technically supposed to be the finale of Season 5. So this is technically the premiere, what would have been the premiere of Season 6. So we're really getting into the final season material. Kara is stuck in the Phantom Zone. So I imagine she's going to find a few enemies and hopefully an ally or two, while the rest of the team work to get her out. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they did a time jump, to be honest with you, because time don't pass in the Phantom Zone. So it might seem like no time has passed for Kara, but they could be off the wall and jump years into the future.
I think she's probably, sorry to interrupt you. I think she's probably going to chart down like the dates. She doesn't get confused or lost.
Time doesn't pass there, so she won't know. She's not physically aging or anything. There's no night or day. She won't know. Because she spent 20 years in the Phantom Zone and was still a kid, so she didn't know. She probably didn't. I don't know how it feels to you. I don't know if it really felt like 20 years for her. She never really elaborated, but I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did a time jump. So let's see what they got going on, how they're going to get Kara out, how they're protecting the city, what they got going on in National City with the Girl of Steel away. And I don't know if somebody commented this or if I read it somewhere, but they were like, it makes sense for Superman and Lois why they were like, General Lane was on Superman to help protect the world, and it's because Kara wasn't there. So there's no Supergirl. So it makes sense because, that was supposed to air last year, so it made sense that they need a super to protect the world. That's why I think there might be a time jump. So,
okay.
Because remember, she was protecting the world when he left to go to Argo City with Lois, when they found Argo City, and that's where they had baby Jonathan. And he didn't come back until Crisis. So, yeah. So we're going to jump into this. Full and early reactions are on Patreon. Let's get started.
Who is that? A vampire?
Yeah, me.
Thank you.
Some pathetic security. But then again, he is getting tossed around. I give him up to.
Going to suck for you.
I just dropped my food.
I knew the other heroes would be protecting the city while she's gone.
Catch it.
Who's that? Batman?
Gotcha.
You weren't sorry when you attacked us.
I wasn't going to hurt anyone. I'm not really a vampire.
We know. Your name is Silas.
You're an alien.
From Transylvania, to be exact.
Which is apparently a real planet.
I rob blood banks so I don't have to hurt people.
We're not interested in the robbery. We'll let you go if you help us.
Help you with what?
We want you to help us break into the Phantom Zone.
Why in the hell would you want to do that?
Don't worry about it.
I was watching a promo on YouTube, and somebody in the comments said, wow, Kara lost her bangs when she went to the Phantom Zone. Probably traumatic for her being back there.
The only person to ever break into the Phantom Zone. We need you to teach us how.
You must understand I failed. And you will fail too.
I'm certain I can replicate your technology.
The tech is the easy part. It's the phantoms you have to face. People talk about the zone as a place where time does not pass. But that isn't what makes it terrible. It's the creatures that give it its name. They feed on your fear by making you live it. They're like shadow spores that creep inside you and infect everything good and right, and then turn it against the host.
Supergirl is there. We're trusting you with this information because you're the only one who can help.
I thought visitors were forbidden in this wing.
Well, the Luthor name still commands respect. And the occasional favor.
Ah, favors. Is that how you secured me that plea deal? Admit to conspiracy and manslaughter and go away for 25 years?
I'm sure your lawyer advised you to accept it.
He did, which is why I fired him.
The case against you is ironclad. The Tessmacher girl's testimony will be damning, and every day you spend fruitlessly shaking your fist at the sky is another day the Luthor name gets dragged through the mud.
Do you really have so little faith in me that you think I should agree to rot in prison? I will remind you, I have been in prison before. I have been shot and killed and risen from the dead before, and I will not be subjugated again.
Well, shit.
You should know I always have a plan.
Yeah, boss. Kablooey.
A legal plan, you imbecile.
You bear the glyph of my house. So you must be some sort of mirage. Another figment of my own tortured mind.
Your house? This is the glyph of the House of El.
Her father?
Father?
Kara.
Huh?
My daughter alive. My wife alive. It's more than I ever dared hope for. I knew there was no way I could get off the planet in time. Sending myself here was a last-ditch attempt to save
What about your wife?
a terrible mistake.
Well, she was on Argo City, so I can't remember how she survived. I'm wondering if she's just seeing this.
What did you see?
I was in a cavern. A fortress of one of my enemies. She was dead,
Rain?
but so was everyone I ever loved. Cut down while they were trying to save the world. And I just stood there among their bodies, horrified. I couldn't save them. I couldn't wake up. I wanted to die there with them, but I couldn't do that either.
A terrible vision.
Not a vision. A memory. One that I thought had finally stopped haunting me. But it was crystal clear. It felt like it would never end.
That's exactly what will happen if you resist the phantoms. We are trapped here forever. We will never die, but we may yet survive. You must accept that, Kara, or you will go mad and remain so for eternity.
You can stay here. I'll leave.
Yeah, but Kara has to be careful. There's no red sun here. She doesn't have any powers. I hate to say it, but I agree. She should sit tight. She knows her friends are going to come for her.
It's just wonderful that you're all big, powerful superheroes, but I can't guarantee you won't burn to death either. I already have not saving my husband on my conscience. I don't need your death, too.
I got it. Okay. I know what it's like to lose someone. Someone you love more than anything in the world. But Owen being in the Phantom Zone is not your fault. Those feelings are there to remind you that your love was real. And that is something that no Phantom can take from you. Look, I know you're scared, but you can do this. We will save Supergirl. And every life she saves from then on will be thanks to you. And thanks to Owen.
I wanted to see her reaction when Alex told her.
I did too. But it probably wasn't going to be anything drastic, so they probably figure no point in showing it.
in addition to the actual murder and conspiracy charges. Any one of these should put him away for life. Through evidence provided by Eve Tessmacher, who was present for every terrible moment, we'll prove him guilty of every charge.
They say this coronavirus, everybody's 6 feet on the monitors. Social distancing. It's smart. But they wrote it narratively so smart.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know this isn't easy for me.
Silas, I do not have time. Fix it. Fix it right now.
John,
Yo, chill.
can I talk to you outside?
And don't burn his big belly burger. Why he's really mad.
Eve.
Miss Tessmacher.
Miss
He's
Tessmacher,
representing
then.
himself. I'm dead.
When I returned home after saving those
Because he
kidnapped
fired
VR
his
users,
lawyer.
who was waiting for me?
I was.
That's right. You surprised me with a lavish candlelit dinner. Do you recall the entree?
It was beef Wellington.
The meal was delicious, I might add. Succulent, tender.
Objection. It's his opinion.
I was just as surprised at the quality as you, Ms. District Attorney.
Food.
Which is why I asked you, Miss Tessmacher, what's the occasion? And do you remember what you said? Have you not sworn to tell the truth today, Miss Tessmacher?
I have.
Objection.
Then why did you cook me dinner?
Judge.
I was in love with you.
And when I did not reciprocate, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I ask you, what is more reasonable? Lex Luthor, philanthropist, entrepreneur, and hero, committing these terrible crimes? Or Eve Tessmacher, jilted lover, hell-bent on revenge, setting up the man who would not have her?
He's trying to turn this around on her.
She had the means, she had the motive, and she
Objection.
had an image inducer.
You made me hack Obsidian. You made me impersonate people. You made me kill. You made me do all of it.
Eve Tessmacher's testimony be stricken from the record and her plea deal revoked. Oh, and if you feel like throwing in a charge of perjury, that'd be cool too, Your Honor.
Is this judge on his payroll?
I don't
He
know.
ain't saying nothing.
Right.
Who gave her a law degree? The trash.
He has convinced the jury that he's a good man framed by an evil woman. That perception is good for the entire family.
The truth is good for the family.
The truth is, you did nothing to stop Lex until it was nearly too late. If you take that stand, you'll have to accept your guilt for every single thing you did by his side. And then the world will not only think Lex is evil, they'll think you are too.
She played a good game.
Luthor to do some actual good instead of just pretending to.
Kara and Alex in high school. What a surprising divination.
It's not a divination, it's a distraction, Brainy.
We'll try again.
I could barely find you when you were dying on the Leviathan ship.
But
I
you
thought
did.
maybe our relationship was what was clouding my powers, but maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. Without my mom or my sister, I don't have anyone to actually teach me how to interpret my dreams.
I'm going to get us out of here. I promise.
He has to stay in that tunnel for forever.
I take it you learned your lesson.
I have to try again. I would rather live through torture and do something than just exist for the sake of it. The House of L is meant for more than that.
Well, I won't let my daughter go into the rocks alone.
He gonna die.
She thought he was dead before today. Should be all right.
Yeah.
Your Honor, the people would like to call one more witness.
What could one more witness possibly testify to?
Everything else. Non-nefarious, to do no harm,
mad.
that was
always my intention to make the world a better place, to inhibit our desires to hurt each other emotionally and physically. But Lex corrupted my technology to turn every Obsidian user into his own mindless followers, essentially brainwashing them.
She created a tool to brainwash the masses. Isn't that right, sis?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. But I wasn't the one with the motive to use it that way.
Well, it's your word against mine on that. Well, pretty much all of it, for that matter. Now, by your own admission, you yourself would have had both the means and the opportunity to commit the brainwashing of which I stand accused, would you not?
No. Because in the trial phase, it became clear that Nonotary was irreparably flawed. I abandoned it.
But then how could I have possibly used your creation to brainwash anybody if it didn't really work?
I said it was flawed, not that it didn't work.
I was filing patents when you were in diapers. Why would I waste my time workshopping your faulty science fair project?
Because your little sister had created something that you needed, something that you could never have come up with on your own.
You've never done anything on your own. You've always needed me.
Objection! You can't stand that I don't need you anymore. Sustain.
Without me, your precious Nonotary would have never gotten off the ground.
So you
She says sustain.
for my work?
You're damn right I can. I have always taken the big swings that you never would, but I supported you.
Go ahead, Lena.
Because you're a Luthor, I kept you by my side when you were too timid and weak to do what was necessary.
You tried to bring the emotion out in her, and she did it in him.
Mm-hmm.
She good.
My sister blames me for it. It's no surprise that this entire case
Look,
has
that lady
fallen
said
apart
that-
when every single charge
shit.
hinges on the unsubstantiated hearsay of bitter women like my sister and Eve. If you try to build a good life for yourself, there's always somebody waiting to tear you down and punish you for your greatness. But I accept who I am.
Yeah, a crazy lunatic.
I stand accused, but if I had, who could blame me? If push came to shove, you'd have done it.
Yeah, you're about to get convicted.
The defense
guilty.
rests.
That was a bad defense.
Yes! Come on!
That was a bad defense, Lex. Look, Lena's like, yeah, I won that. Showed your true colors.
It doesn't look like the simulations, Brainy.
Well, obviously.
No. No, this isn't right. The Phantom Zone's been fractured somehow. Of course. Crisis. When all the timelines converge into one, the opposite must have happened here. It's no longer one pocket dimension, but many. An interdimensional archipelago.
Well, Dreamer should still be able to find her in there.
Every dimension has its own vibrational frequency. We would have to go to each one before Dreamer can even try, and it's moving in a randomized pattern. It would take years for us to make it to each of them.
Supergirl is in there, okay? We are not gonna go get her.
Alex, wait.
I won't give up on Kara.
I'm not gonna lose you too.
Y'all need to close that portal until you figure it out. McGann, why are you using a gun and you're a whole Martian?
Right.
I need you to help me.
Please don't let them take me.
These creepy bastards aren't gonna take any more of us. Okay, do it for Owen.
I imagine Owen off of Drama Island.
I'm dead. Yeah, use that psychic power. Come on, Martian Man. Oh, wow, those things are strong. I thought Jean would have had that.
Some dust went in him.
I would love her abilities.
Your dream power helped me in the past. Allow me to repay the favor.
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Anytime you're ready, Silas. I'm trying. Come on, you stupid thing.
All rise.
He didn't want to get up.
In
Look,
the case
he's
of the people of the United States
undercover.
of America versus Lex Luthor.
Found them? Everything all set? Judge, jury, executioner.
They're about to teleport out of there.
We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty.
Bullshit.
On all counts.
Fucking shit.
Wait, you actually won? Nothing. I'm surprised, boss.
Well, I am. Clearly, I underestimated the value of just being myself.
This is bull.
Just because you couldn't save her this time doesn't mean you won't.
I think we all need to at least take a beat. It's been a rough day, but we will figure this out.
Guys, it's about to get a lot worse.
I would like to congratulate the jury on coming to the right decision, in spite of the clear prejudice in the media coverage of my trial. Catco published a glorified hit piece painting me as guilty and then allowed the same biased journalist to single-handedly cover my trial.
Lex got acquitted, and there is nothing that we could have done about that. But when he tries something again tomorrow, that is something we can do something about. Eat.
Not taking the whole pizza.
Brenda's still running analytics on the projector. It's slow going, but we're making progress on that.
I think you're behind a little.
I wasn't talking about the job. I was talking about you.
Probably. You didn't start it right when I said go.
Yes, I did.
Without ego or emotion. If I hadn't been so reactive, rushing us into a risky plan.
Well, your plan would have worked if the Phantom Zone weren't fractured.
Yeah, but if I'd have been more thorough, had Brainy mapped it before, we would have been prepared for that.
I'm just glad that I can return to making a difference as a free man.
These 21st century keyboards suck.
Well, sorry. How about you invent a new one?
Right, our bad. Shit.
Right.
Dang, she put it on that boot.
I couldn't get her back.
Greedy, like,
I couldn't save her.
share. Come on now.
Hey.
I'd be hungry.
Imagine if I
It's more
ordered
than
that much
anyone could
Chick-fil-A.
have pulled off in a day. No, it's not just today. I mean, what if we never did?
Then you really be like Owen.
What if she's really gone? And how am I supposed to accept a world without Kara in it?
The only thing that you have to accept is that this could take a while. But you are gonna keep fighting, and so is she.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't know if I can. This isn't just a hard path. I don't see any path at all. We're nowhere, Kelly. We are nowhere. And she is alone. And I might not ever see her again.
And so basically, Lex won. Supergirl's gone, and he's free. What we thought was a win for our team is an L now. They need Lena's help. I'm surprised she ain't been there to help them.
From mass murderer to vindicated martyr in one fell swoop, and all I needed was me. I wasted so much time trying to buy, threaten, or brainwash people into doing what I wanted. But apparently, people love a guy who tells it like it is. The key is, if you can get them to buy it long enough, they stop being able to discern whether you're telling it like it really is, or how you want them to believe it is.
John, I think that Phantom did something to me. Please come. I think I need help.
Where did they just go?
I have no idea.
Are they using
I've never
him as
seen
a
Phantom
portal?
do anything like that.
Well, if they use portals to get around, maybe we can use one to get out.
It looks like the portal's only open and closed long enough for a Phantom to get through.
Well, then I guess we're gonna have to catch a Phantom.
So Barry and Carr really took the back seat this week on their own shows, and they let the rest of the cast shine. They're doing a secret crossover we don't know about. Why everybody taking a back seat? Maybe they got something in the works for us. I'm hoping, since everything's going pretty well with COVID and everything's opening back up. Well, I don't know how Canada's doing since they got to go by Canada regulations, but maybe it might not be too late for them to film a crossover in the back half. I mean, I'm just being optimistic. So maybe before Supergirl ends, because Supergirl's not going to end until late summer. So maybe if everything keeps going well like it is, we might one day get a crossover again before the show's end. Though I can always see like her coming back, like just for a crossover, just for a cameo, as long as they don't kill her character off like they did Oliver. Even I can even see Stephen Amell coming back, like if they travel to a different Earth and we have a different version of Green Arrow. I can definitely see them coming back, even though these shows are ending. Like Diggle's coming back. So, I just wanted to throw that out there since I was being funny talking about they took a back seat. But this episode, it wasn't bad. I mean, it's not my favorite by any means, but it wasn't too bad. The Lex stuff was probably my favorite part because I didn't see it going that way. And I really like John Cryer. He portrays Lex so well. He just like captivates like the whole, it's like your whole attention span. Like he's steals each scene that he's in. He puts so much into it, especially when him and Lena go at it. Like those are the two characters I feel like I paid the most attention to because they're so intelligent. They're so sometimes unpredictable, and I love the people behind them. I don't know if I know Lena's actress's name. I think her name's Katie or Kate, I believe. I like them. They're amazing actors, actresses. He's an amazing actor. She's an amazing actress. I just love what they bring to the show. But yeah, I'm kind of glad they're not rushing rescuing Kara and they're letting the other heroes take the front seat. I think it's going to push them in different directions. They can go a couple of different ways because I believe that vision that Kara was seeing, she was like, I was in a tavern of one of my enemies and she slaughtered all the people that everybody. She didn't really say specifically who it was, but she said she was standing in a pot, or she was laying in a pile of bodies, just not doing anything. I think that was Rain, because, but she said, but the only thing that confused me is because it was a memory. I don't understand what that means, like a memory. Now that never happened before, so I don't know. But Rain had that little cave tavern thing, because Mon-El's mama didn't have no cave. She was in a ship. And Astra didn't have any type of cave either. She was on Fort Ross. So I think the only villain they were referencing was Rain, because the last two seasons we've had male villains. So, and then he said that wasn't a vision. That's something that's going to come true. I don't know if these phantoms can make your nightmares become reality, but if she could bring Rain back accidentally, because that's her fear. Because Rain was like the only villain that truly beat her down, and not with kryptonite, like in a full-on like battle of strength. Rain tore her down. That was probably one of my favorite fights in this whole series. Like, yeah, Rain whooped her, and I mean that was a brutal fight. And Kara she did the best she could, but honestly, I'd say that's probably one of the best fights in the entire Arrowverse. Like Rain, that was season 3 is my favorite season because that season was fire. Like, but yeah, I'm wondering if they're setting up Rain for a return. This is the final season, so they can go all out. Okay. So, what did you think about everything?
Yeah, I'm really glad that they aren't rushing into saving her. I don't think they're gonna end up saving her until like a couple of like 2 or 3 episodes from now, but like a time jump, obviously. I don't know. How long do you think it's the time jump for this one?
Well, I low key kind of wanted to abandon the idea of the time jump, but if they do a very long time jump, they're gonna have to change the characters kind of a bit. Like, I don't know. I almost want to abandon the idea because it didn't happen immediately. Like, because they're trying to rescue her. So unless they continue to fail and they give up on the idea, and then Kara finds her own way out, and then there's a time jump, I feel like, I don't know. I kind of want to give up on the idea, but then I kind of don't. I don't know.
I think's gonna happen is I think there's gonna be maybe, I think because they said the Phantom is divided, correct?
The Phantom is what?
Divided.
Did they say that? I don't know.
Well, I think when Kara and her dad tries to jump the portal, it's not going to take them to Earth. It's going to take them to another part of the Phantom. And they're going to be stuck there for a little while. And then they're going to keep jumping through the portals, and then they'll finally make it.
Because they don't know that there's multiple realities because of Crisis.
Right.
You know what would be interesting? In season 2, they said, I believe they said, maybe, no, I thought they said General Zod was in the Phantom Zone, but then Superman might have killed him. I think Superman killed him. Never mind. But I thought that, yeah, never mind. Forget that idea. But I don't know. Maybe they'll run into somebody else in there. I don't know. They got to make it interesting. So I don't know what they can do. I think the time jump would be crazy, and I think it would be a great way to put these characters in new spots and reinvent them. It would give Lex time to build up an evil plan, or maybe they live in a world where, I don't know. Like, because they can't, the idea is rough because, like, what would the future look like? I guess I'm having a hard time because I can't see what the future would look like there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to where Superman wouldn't show up to help things if they went bad, or Flash, since they're all on the same Earth. It's hard for there to be a time jump and then something bad happen. So, I mean, I don't feel like they'll do a time jump just for the sake of doing a time jump. That's why I kind of want to give up on the idea. But I don't know.
I completely wasn't thinking about the other shows. I was just thinking about Supergirl. I wasn't thinking the time jump would affect the other shows as well. So, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Kara would be, but I mean, it could make sense as to why in Superman and Lois Kara isn't around. But I feel like Clark would mention it at some point, right? I don't know. I really don't know. I have no predictions right now, like no accurate, strong predictions, because I don't know where the show could go. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying they can't do a time jump and then something bad happen in National City, because then it wouldn't make sense why no hero would come in to, protect them, and especially Superman, because Lex is his mortal enemy. So unless they just want to do a time jump and have like all the characters feel different and they want to change them, they could do that. But I feel like we're just gonna, after seeing this episode, I feel like they're gonna stick with present day. That's what I think. I'm kind of giving up on the idea. I'm just gonna be honest. I am. But if it happens, I said it here first. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Well, be sure to let us know what you guys thought. Be sure to let us know what your predictions are for the future of Supergirl.
Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe to the page for full and early reaction.
And we will see you guys on the next one.
Bye.